It's officially Jets week. That's right. The Jets are coming into town. Could 49ers All-Star, All-Pro left tackle Trent Williams not be participating? We're going to talk about that. We got the latest updates and the Ricky Pearsall shooting. And we got some 49ers news and updates to get to right here on the WayneBreezie Show. Stick around. Let's get it down.
So bright that we shine at. All we know is the Niners. Ready, go, that is fine. So faithful to the bay. I be sipping gold bar, whiskey on the rocks, and a 24-karat gold on a watch. My 7-1 Chevy be tipping non-stop, sounding like Trent Williams on the block. So you know we can't stop, we be banging through your speakers. WayneBreezie on the field or in the bleachers. You can tune into my show and I'm a teacher. WayneBreezie, the 4-9 preacher. We so bright that we shine at.
Happy Labor Day to everybody out there. Welcome to the WayneBreezie Show. It's Monday. Guys, it's actually Monday, right? The Monday, it's 7 more days until the 49ers kickoff, man. 7 more days to the San Francisco 49ers kick off their regular season. Round of applause to the Niners, baby. Football is back. Football is back. Shout out to everybody out there. See, we got a nice little crew right here on this this holiday Monday. So for those that don't get a chance to watch the show live, make sure you guys go ahead, leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think of today's episode. Also, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you're new, it's your first time watching, click on that subscribe button. Do so. But again, shout out to everybody out there in the group. Just a quick shout out to Ben. Shout out to 49ers Throwback. My boy Don't Bother Me is in the building. Rob D's in the building. Colin is in the building. Collie's in the building. Ty's in the building. And they just keep coming in the building. What's going on, everybody? Hey, listen, man. Check this out, right? So last night, we did the nitty-gritty Niners talk, fantasy football draft. Hurricane in the building. Niner Cali boy in the building. Peachy is in the building. Pocket the Cheesecake's in the building. All right, listen. Yeah, everybody in the building. Got you, right? Toodles to you guys. Air horns. Boom, 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 right? We did our draft last night, and we had this certain individual that came into the draft, you know, talking trash. Now, I'm all for the smack talk, right? But don't auto-draft and then come in after the draft is over and start talking smack. Now, I'm not going to mention his name or her name or its name. I'm not going to mention the name. But Mike got to chill a little bit, right? Because, like, you can't come in here being like talking, oh, this chat is whack. Bruh. Like, I was cool. I ain't cursed the whole Sunday. I was about to let my wrath. I hate auto drafting. Right? Hate it. Number one, because it just changes up everything. You guys play fantasy football out there and you got to deal with somebody that auto drafts. Unless they set their players up in the order that they want the computer or the bot or AI, whatever it is, to draft for them, which means that they'll get that player in that order. It literally throws off the trajectory on how you draft. Right now, on top of this particular person who I'm not going to say their name, Mike had the second pick. So it was just like, bruh, how you going to not draft with the second pick? Anyway, I was done. I was spent. It took mad energy. You really had to think. He knows. See, Mike, I mean, I'm not going to say his name, but Mike knew exactly what he was doing. You know what I mean? That's Mike from the B.A.M show too, ladies and gentlemen. So when we do the B.A.M show today, make sure you let Mike, that I'm not saying his name, make sure you let Mike know he wrong. Dead wrong. You weak, you strong. You got it going on. You dead wrong. Peachy's got Mike week 1. You better bust his chops too. You better bust his chops. Real talk. Mike from the B.A.M show. Not from Nothing But Niners, but the B.A.M show. No, I'm just playing. Same Mike. Well, I didn't mean to say his name. Yes, I did. Anyway, welcome to the show. Got some Trent Williams. Actually, no new Trent Williams news. That's the crazy part, right? Like, we're not hearing anything. Now, today is a holiday. We'll talk about that. But I do want to kick off the show. And I want to thank everybody for their prayers, about over Ricky Pearsall and what happened to him this weekend. When I tell you, like, the adversity and the tragedy, the stuff that just happens is ridiculous. And I wouldn't wish this on anybody. But for those that don't know what happened, we'll talk a little bit about the Ricky Pearsall incident, and we'll kind of get your takes on it. And I want to put something else out there to the world as well. I got a little take or whatnot, and it's a worldly take, so this is nothing to do we just gotta fix. We got to fix some things, and there's always another way. It never should involve or cost a person's life. If you need something, just ask for it. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we'll get to that. Before, we got some 49ers news and updates that we definitely want to go over. All right. So we got some roster moves for the San Francisco 49ers that just happened recently. And let's get to those. So the 49ers, all right, they released safety Taylor Hawkins. Now, he got hurt during training camp. And he wasn't one of the safeties on the roster. And so they decided to release him, and they settled for an injury settlement. Now, remember, he ended up getting hurt at the end of last season as well. I felt like he played at the end of the season, then got hurt like maybe the last game. I don't think he played in the playoffs. I can't remember, but he was a safety. He did show some type of promise, but not sure what's going on there, but he does have an injury. They did settle with an injury settlement, so he's no longer on the team at this point. He's been released. Notice how it says he's been released and not waived, so that means he must have played enough to accrue the season, all right? Offensive lineman Sebastian Gutierrez has been released as well, all right? So the 49ers, no, not going to think of that. I had an epiphany. They released an offensive lineman, but they did sign a defensive lineman to the practice squad, and his name is Sam O. Okay, Sam O. Right, we're gonna go with Sam O. All right, he's been signed back to the practice squad. Now, this is a funny. Let's just Terradome. What's going on, bro? This is funny because, well, it's not funny. I get it. It's roster politics. I totally understand what's going down. I feel like I'm hip. Before I knew about football, before I knew about what like goes down like behind the scenes. And that's one of my goals, right? One of my goals is to get with the 49ers organization and really see what works on behind the scenes, because I know we think things happen things be tricky, sticky, icky behind the scenes, and they got to do little things. And I want to learn the nuances. Like, a part of me really wants to be some type of a scout for the team, like whether it's an area scout, whether it's a local scout, I don't know. I just want to scout for a team. I feel like I could recognize and bring in talent, and then you could throw it all on me if it doesn't work. I don't mind that, but usually when I pick stuff, it works. But anyway, Sam O he made it to the initial 53-man roster. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, Sam O made it to the initial 53-man roster. He showed some really upside in that last preseason game. He was the only person that ended up getting a sack in that game too, by the way. And so he made the initial O, and then they did some roster politics, and they moved some players around, and then he got waived. I think they brought back Ben Barch, offensive lineman. And so then he ended up getting released, but now, good news is, he's back on the practice squad. 49ers got them a nice defensive lineman. And the cool thing about Sam O, for some of those that may not know much about Sam O, let's talk a little bit about this young fella. Everybody that plays a young fella. I didn't even realize I'm older than Trent Williams, even though not trying to call him old, but Anyway, yeah. So he's been in the league. Samo's been in the league for a little bit. He's 6'1", 269. So at that 269, that's dope, because that reminds me what the Niners like to do. They always want to keep a player that's kind of tweening, right? Meaning that they can be versatile. And the cool thing about Samo is he has the versatility to play what? Outside, inside, outside. So his versatility is what the Niners feast on, right? Like, they salivate over players and their versatility. That's why you see a lot of players, and it's not about them going both ways. It's about them being able to do multiple things, on the defense, or multiple things on the offense. So the 49ers have been really geared up to get those specific type of players. And I think they got I would say they're kind of like their Charles Omenihu type player, who I thought Charles was more of an outside-inside guy. Sam O might be more of an inside-outside guy. But again, he's tweening in between. He's not officially 270, 269. is where they have him listed. He's only 26, so that's why I said he's a young fella, man. He's Liberian American professional defensive end, and he's back on the 49ers practice squad. Welcome back, Sam. It's good to have you. I hope you just, whenever opportunities you get, dog, make the best of it, Playboy, because you definitely showed a bright side to your future. So yeah, those are the roster moves and things like that, and not too much really going on. 49ers got to gear up for the Jets, and I promise we'll end today's episode. We'll kind of do a little Jets preview. Matter of fact, for the Jets preview, not preview to the game, but an early preview. Maybe you guys can call in and you can guys give your take. How about we do that? So let me get through the show as quickly as possible. Don't want to keep you guys too long. It is a holiday. Let's talk about the Ricky Pearsall situation, and we have some updates, so we'll do play. Now, for those that don't know exactly what happened, you know what I'm saying? What happened? I'm going to paraphrase things. I do want to read you something that I thought was amazing, and it might take a little bit of time. But Ricky Pearsall was downtown San Francisco, and he was headed into, I think he was shopping. So let's just keep it like that. I don't got to get specific with it. He was shopping, or he's coming out of the stores, or whatever. And apparently there was a confrontation with him and a 17-year-old kid. And the 17-year-old kid tried to rob him. So it was an attempted robbery with a weapon. All right. And in Ricky Pearsall's defense, he defended himself. He tried to, stop the kid or whatever like that. And the gun ended up going off, and he got shot. And so paramedics rushed to police rushed to the scene. Paramedics were called. Ricky Pearsall was then taken to the hospital, where he was hospitalized and cared upon by the people that do the caring, as well as everybody else out there that did their prayers and things like that. And so Ricky Pearsall, unfortunately, just it's just one of those things. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. It didn't seem like it was anything targeted, according to the police reports. And I've been quiet and silent all week, making sure I really understood what happened, what went on, what I read from the reports. I did put a takeout out there, and I do apologize if it offended everybody, because I did state that he was in critical condition when the later reports came out and said that he was in stable. He was stable, right? And so I do apologize, but I had heard that he was in critical condition, and initially at the very beginning, and then the reports came out saying stable condition. So I did make the adjustment, and if I offended his family or anything like that, I do want to apologize to his family. But Ricky Pearsall, we got some updates on him and things whatnot. Now, like I said, it was a confrontation, and however you want to look at Ricky, he handled it. Unfortunately, in the scuffle, he ended up getting shot. The suspect also was shot as well, with his own gun, right? And so the suspect did get caught. The suspect is being reprimanded for whatever he did. Matthew, he says, I was not hyped about Ricky, but after this and see how tough that kid is, has made me see him in a different light. And I can now easily say this kid is destined for greatness. Speedy recovery, Ricky. Definitely a great take. I was cool on Ricky. I had him as one of my top slot receivers that I thought the 49ers should go after. You got to go back and check the draft shows. Not sure what platform it's on, but yes. And I just didn't expect the 49ers to draft a wide receiver first. They got him in here, and you automatically saw that he was going to be something special. I will say this. He is destined for greatness. I think that was the greatest thing that you put inside your comment. He's destined for greatness, and he's overcome. Now his job is to go out there and overcome this particular type of adversity, and I believe that he will. He has great support. It was really good for his mom to put out what she put out, and I definitely have that, and I wanted to read some things. But this is the initial report from the 49ers. This was the statement from the Niners. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was the victim of an attempted robbery and shooting this afternoon. He sustained a bullet wound to the chest and is in serious but stable condition. We ask that you please respect his privacy at this time. Our thoughts and prayers are with Ricky and the entire Pearsall family. And then mom came out, I believe this is on Facebook, and she said, update on my baby boy. This was yesterday on Sunday. First and foremost, I want to thank God for protecting my baby boy. He is extremely lucky. God shielded him. He was shot in the chest and it exited out of his back. So it was a clean through and through, which is the best thing that can happen if you get shot. You want the bullet to come out. You want it to exit. You want to have that exit wound. You don't want the bullet circulating through your blood and it's looking for a way out and then it ends up staying there in fragments and things like that. That's what causes the damage. All right. Thanks be to God. It missed his vital organs. He's in good spirits right now. Life is so precious, my friends. Please love each other. My son was spared today by the grace of God. Please pray for my baby. And that, I don't know. Like I'm a big faith guy. I'm a big believer on prayer. I can't tell you about my mom and my grandmother just praying for me and all the different stories I could share with you guys about stuff. I was never shot, so I can't say that I've experienced it, but because of prayer and my mom and just her discipline, it probably prevented me from being in places where I could have been shot, right? And so I can't tell you what it's like to be shot. I've never experienced it, but it was really good to see that his mom was like just really receiving all the prayers and blessings. And she said that his life was spared. And I think that was most important because the story that I'm about to read really like put things more into perspective, because at one point Ricky thought it was over. You know what I'm saying? And so, maybe it was critical at first and then it ended up becoming stable once he got the care that he needed. So we'll go through that and whatnot. But this is what the Niners put out on yesterday, because this was some of the greatest news that I actually got a chance to hear. I was in church all day, had gigs, and I couldn't post anything. So I'm glad I'm able to do a live show this morning. Update from the San Francisco 49ers on wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was released. And that's where you got to give God that praise right there. And if you know the dance, you could do your praise dance. Because that's what praise warriors do, right? We dance and we celebrate. He was released from the hospital this afternoon as he continues to recover from a bullet wound to his chest. He and his family, along with the entire San Francisco 49ers organization, would like to thank the San Francisco Police Department, emergency medical services, doctors, and staff at San Francisco General Hospital. So again, thank y'all for y'all care. For everybody, for all that you guys do. Your work doesn't go unnoticed, and we just wanted to thank those out there. So I know people probably want to know what's his status going to be with the team, and I'm going to keep it blunt. It doesn't matter right now. It's all about his life, his health, and his strength. And so that is where I would like to ask everybody to just try to find a way to respect it. I know we want to see him out there on the football field, but let's get let him enjoy and get back to where he needs to be mentally, and let him make those type of decisions, and let's just support him and whatever it is that he chooses to do. I can tell you right now, he's a warrior, no pun intended. But he's going to go out there and give it his all when he gets that opportunity. So congratulations to Ricky Pearsall on fighting this, not wanting to give up. Because when I read, I was just like, oh, man, this was like really, really serious, right? And I obviously it was serious, but hearing some of the things that he said in the situation was like, dang, like this poor kid, you know what I'm saying? So I got the report from the officer that I wanted to, kind of glaze through. And I think that like if this is a story, it turned into a story. And I thought that was on point. So I kind of want to start trying to see if I got it where it starts. So bear with me. Trying to get the first page. All right, so I think this is it, and then I go back. Okay, I got it. All right, so Sergeant Joel Harrell was standing near the corner of Grant and Post just before 4 p.m. on Saturday when she heard 3 pops about a block south of her. For a moment, she wondered if it was the skateboarders who often frequent Maiden Lane, but the noise was too loud. She started running south toward Gary and called out over the radio that she was going to investigate possible gunshots nearby. As she passed Maiden Lane, she looked left and right. No skateboarders. Those are gunshots, she thought. She ran past a shop where shoppers standing in front seemed to not have registered what was happening. When they saw her running, they scattered. It took her less than a minute to reach the end of the block and dart around a minibus idling at the corner. Then she saw him, the shirtless man crouched by a U.S. post office box with blood covering his scalp and seeping from a chest wound. She said she could feel him getting tense, the anxiety and fear filling him as he realized the extent of his injuries. He was a football player, he said, for the 49ers. Harrell was just trying to keep pressure on the wounds and slow the bleeding. Stay calm, she told him. Pearsall asked if he was going to die. No, she reassured him. It wasn't his time. Harrell, a devout Catholic, started praying. You're strong, she said. She kept telling him, just focus on breathing. The victim, San Francisco 49ers first round draft pick Ricky Pearsall, had been walking back to his Tesla after shopping at Ramoa and Louis Vuitton when a 17-year-old boy from Tracy had accosted him and tried to rob him. At that moment, though, Harold didn't know all of that. He tried to rob me, Harold recalled the man telling her. He told her the shooter looked like a young man with dark curly hair who'd been wearing all black. He headed east down Gary, running barefoot because his black and white slip-on sandals had fallen off. She yelled to the motorcycle officer who had just arrived to put the news of the robbery out on the radio. She turned to another sergeant who arrived at the scene and told them to call an ambulance. By that time, she grabbed Pearsall's shirt, pressing it into his chest to create pressure on the wound. She pressed her baseball cap against the exit wound in his back. Quote, I was using my hands for the front just to create suction so that the air wouldn't enter the wound, she said. And that's what I got. That's what I got from the story. And possibly she saved his life because it's a gunshot, right? So, like, I mean, at the end of the day, it could be fatal, it cannot be fatal. But when Ricky Pearsall's mom said, like, you know, by the grace of God, like, this officer just happened to be in place. And I know some people want to question things and stuff like that. Well, why did God let this happen and things like that? Understood. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to, I don't have the answers for that. But I do know God also had an angel and this officer standing right there that allowed her to run that block, that allowed her to get to him, that also allowed her to use her training, wisdom, whatever it was she needed to use to help until medical got there to help him out even further. So however you want to look at it, there was an angel watching over Ricky Pearsall. And with that being said, I'm trying not to cry because that's crazy, right? Yeah, like I'm happy that he's okay and he's been released from the hospital. So didn't want to take up too much of your time on this. It's not here for clicks or likes or things like that. I'm here to, talk about it. And so can't wait till he's able to share the story about it. Because at the end of the day, he was the one that remained strong. All right. So respect to the officers. I know they get a lot of, over the years, the past few years, they get a lot of negative connotations, negative vibes. But respect to this particular officer at that time. And respect to the other officers who was able to apprehend the suspect and get him right away. I think I salute. That's just on point. All right. So Rob D says Ricky Pearsall, a real 49er, taking Bang Bang Niner Gang to a new level. Yeah, however you want to spin it, I think it's pretty cool as long as it's positive. You know what I'm saying? And however you choose to spin it, as long as it's positive. Don't Bother Me says, I read The officer report. Hold on. I read the officer report, shining a different light on the situation. Yep. Um. You know, kids just. So let's talk about Trent Williams. And what's going on with Trent. And about a month ago, this thought just popped up in my head about retirement. Because I know the older you get, you just start to think of things. I just know that just from personal experience, right? I mean, I'm technically retired from what I was doing as far as teaching, but not retired because I didn't retire at the age I was supposed to retire so that I can live off the retirement. But but I do understand, like, it's like when you get like a mental and a physical break at the same time, and you can kind of like think about that stuff, like, it kind of starts to seep in. So I'm just curious, like, is this the end of the road for Trent Williams? Does he feel like he's accomplished everything that he could? And none of us know these answers because right now Trent Williams is, currently not with the team. He's on the list as if technically he is retired, and he possibly could walk away from the game of football. So there's a poll question going on out there. How concerned are you about Trent Williams retiring? Not concerned, slightly concerned, and my gosh, I've never seen poll votes this even. This this looks like a presidential election type of poll vote. Like it's dead ass even, like literally. Concerned or very concerned. Right now, we'll keep the poll going. We got about 126 votes, or whatnot. But right now it's tied between not concerned and slightly concerned. So a lot of people aren't even concerned about Trent Williams retiring. A lot of people feel like Trent Williams is just waiting on these guarantees and things like that. But look, you know what? How realistic will the 49ers the Brandon Ayuk situation it didn't take forever, but it felt like it took light years, right? Like it felt like we were buzz light years away for those two to agree. The question is, and you know what? In Parag, I trust. I just do. But the question is, what type of guarantees? What are the guarantees that Trent is looking for? Because if you like the current report is that Trent Williams is unhappy, right, with his current contract. And I know a lot of people don't like it. I get it. You sign this contract, you play on this contract. What are we doing here? And so, like, I read stuff, I watch stuff. A lot of the faithful feel like, dude, you signed this contract, you agreed on these terms. Now you're unhappy, and now you want more money. Is Trent being greedy? That's the question. That's the question that I'm posing. Because that's the vibe that I'm getting from a lot of only the 49er faithful. Everybody else says you better pay Trent Williams. Like, you just pay him. You don't ask the question. You just pay him. You just go out, you just give him the money. He wants more money, you give him more money. Why not? Here's my take on it, right? I feel like, and I know I said this on other shows, so I'm definitely gonna say it on my show. Trent Williams is the best player in football. He's the most important player in football. And he might not be a skilled quarterback one of those guys that's gonna make you like woo 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 whatever, right? But when you talk about what he's able to do, how fast he's able to move, how efficient he is, how many pressures he actually gives up, and so what, he gets you two penalties, one of the possible penalties a game. Hey, who cares? He ain't giving up sacks. He's barely giving up the pressures, and they game plan for him. They're sending. He's not one-on-one all the time, but he has the most important job in the NFL. If you play left tackle for a right-handed quarterback, you have the most important job. Now, some left tackles are better than others. But you know what made me like say that the Niners need to just figure they got it. First of all, I believe they're gonna figure it out. I don't believe Trent Williams is gonna retire, but I do feel like we have to talk about this possibly being the end of the road. At the end of the day, I think, and this is my opinion, so don't shoot me. It's my opinion. But I said I think. I started off with saying I think. I just think that Trent Williams, whatever he's unhappy with, the Niners need to figure out how to make him happy. That's the first and foremost. Please, Rog, John, whoever, just don't bull crap him. Like, just come at him with whatever you think you need. Come with your best offer. This is not you start low and then you go high. No, absolutely not. We're not going to do that here. We're just gonna come high. Pause. Start high. Yo, just a bag. Here we go. Guarantees, whatever. And I know technically he's not asking for more money, but technically he is asking for more money right now. He's asking for guaranteed money. So that's kind of like more money. So they'll restructure the contract, or they'll figure out how to work in some of those that big chunk of money and put it into guaranteed money or whatever. I believe that the team will do it. The issue is, how long are they going to be willing to push that down the road? See, back to that word road, right? Because now, if you backload his contract and he does retire 2 years from now, and you're paying him like we were paying D Ford, is that worth it? That's my question. Is that worth it? Hey, ain't my money, so hell yeah. Like whatever you gotta do. Like, my thing is, whatever you gotta do, you get Trent Williams on this football field for the 49ers. You get him back this week, right? Now, here's my theory. Today's a holiday. I think Trent Williams flies out tomorrow. He doesn't practice on Tuesday, so he gets the signing tomorrow. Like, they talk, money guarantee, deal agreed. Remember I told y'all that the Brandon Ayuk deal was agreed upon, and y'all shot me under the dirt. That deal was agreed upon. I told you that. We just had to wait for the announcement. That's the only thing we was waiting for. Announcement, signing. I believe today he'll kiss the family goodbye. Tomorrow he's in Santa Clara. Wednesday he doesn't. Trent Williams don't practice on Wednesday. Hopefully the team just say we're not gonna practice on. But wherever the team does, Trent Williams, if it's a Wednesday, he ain't doing it. They get an extra day because they don't play on Monday night. He'll practice Friday, Saturday, probably be off Sunday, and be ready to go. Have a walkthrough Sunday and be off Saturday, whatever. And then he'll be ready for Monday Night Football. So I'm hoping I'm right. I really do. But at the end of the day, there's a possibility, and it's slight. And so, like, shout out to the people that aren't concerned. 29% of y'all aren't concerned. Shout out to you guys. I'm slightly concerned. Why? Because he's 36 years old, and the only thing he needs to play for to secure his legacy as a Hall of Famer, in my opinion, is a Super Bowl. And he gets one of those, he's definitely in first ballot without a doubt. And if he feels like that's worth it, he'll be back. But the Niners got to make sure they come correct. Don't come half-stepping with this, because this is Trent Williams. And if he's already unhappy, right, according to the reports out there, if he's already unhappy, why do anything to make him more unhappy? It doesn't really make sense, right? So hopefully I'm right. Hopefully Trent Williams will be in the building on tomorrow. Announcement on Wednesday, practice on Thursday. That is my take. I'm sticking to it. If it happens sooner than that, praise God. But at the end of the day, I think Trent Williams is going to be in there. He's going to be in the building. He's going to be ready to go. Will he play week 1? I think a lot of people are worried about him and how will he be able to go if he does show up. Will he be able to play week 1? My guess is yes. I don't think you have to worry about him, out there. Now, listen, tonight on Nitty Gritty Niners Talk at 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. special time because it's a holiday. And I want to make sure that everybody gets their kids in bed early on the East Coast. All right, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Time, or whatever time you want to call it. We're going to be doing Nitty Gritty Niners Talk, and we're going to do our versus segment where each of us is going to go over a matchup in this Jets game. So will Trent Williams retire? I'm hoping hell not. And that's so check this out. That's where Kyle Shanahan comes in. So we talk about that 25th hour. He's the 25th hour guy. He's the guy that, man, John is like, we're so close, Kyle. You know who Kyle Shanahan is? The closer. You want to know why Debo is here? Kyle Shanahan. You want to know why Nick Bosa got signed? Kyle Shanahan. You want to know why Trent Williams signed? Kyle Shanahan. You want to know why Brandon Ayuk is here? Kyle Shanahan. I guarantee you it's his rapport and his relationships with these players. I don't think they even confront Kyle Shanahan until it gets down to that 25th hour, and they just want to get it done. And Kyle's got to come in and be like, listen, you just got to give him a little bit more. You gotta do it. We need him. I want him. This is my team. Make it happen, Captain. That's what he's saying. So yeah, tonight's episode we'll be going through some season predictions. We'll be kind of like trying to get through who we think is going to be captains tonight, and we'll go over some of these versus matchups, which is going to be really good because will the Niners have Trent Williams or will they not have Trent Williams? That is going to be the question on every show. And with that, we're going to do an early Jets preview. You got Aaron Rodgers and the crew coming into town. But here's the cool thing, right? Jets may not have Hassan Reddick. So they'll have 2 edge rushers with speed out there. I like Will McDonald, the 4th. Like, that's my guy. Like that. If y'all remember me doing my first Senior Bowl coverage, he was one of my highlighted players that I said, watch out for. This kid was jumping over cars, these fast, ran 4.3. This kid is a problem. I don't like speed because when I think about speed, all I can think about is when Brock Purdy got hurt, speed, Hassan Reddick. If Hassan Reddick doesn't play, that's good. But at the end of the day, this other kid, Will McDonald, the 4th, is going to play, and that could possibly be a matchup nightmare. Ooh, I should do that as a matchup nightmare. That's going to be let me shut up. Let me be quiet. I'm going to leave that there. But listen, I'm telling you right now, this game is going to be epic. Aaron Rodgers is making his comeback debut. Will he be good? Will he not be good? The Niners typically own Aaron Rodgers, and I'm hoping this more. They owned Aaron Rodgers and not the Packers, even though we still own the Packers. But I'm hoping we just own Aaron Rodgers because we struggled against the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. So I'm hoping we really do own Aaron Rodgers. They got a really good defense. Robert Saleh is no bull crap. Those guys gonna play hard for him. They got DJ Reed, Javon Kinlaw's there, starting interior defensive lineman. Wait till you see my keys to victory or read my keys to victory. It's gonna be really good for 49erswebzone.com. But all I'm saying is the Jets, even though they're the Jets, they're not a slouch. And I didn't even talk about their secondary, which I think is the best part of their team. So you got Sauce Gardner. I talked about DJ Reed. They got some dogs on their defense. I didn't even get into the linebacking core. They got some dogs on the defense. So tonight we'll break that down a little bit. And I wanted to get your takes on that. So listen, I'm going to put the link inside the chat. All right. I'm going to put the link inside the chat. And then I want to get your takes. So you can come in on the show. I'll bring you in. You got 2 minutes, right? I'm going to make this an early show. I got a fantasy football draft coming up. And I do apologize earlier for breaking down like that. I didn't know it was going to hit me like that. But, I'm human. I feel like I'm Tyrese right now. I cry about everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a shot, Tyrese. Yes, it is. But, hey, If you want to be sensitive and emotional, be my guest, man. Sometimes men cry. It is what it is. All right, here we go. Eric says Jets O-line is mediocre. It is. It is. So you saying that, right? Because it is. It is. I'm agree with you 100%, Eric, over on Facebook. I agree with that. The issue is, how well will this defensive line feast off of that, though? I feel like you know what, bruh? I ain't even going to go into that. We got a new defense. We got a new philosophy. We got a new coordinator. They better be violent. That's all I'm asking. Violence. Like die line. That's all I need. You be violent. You should be able to take advantage of that Jets offensive line. Vera Tucker, can he play a game? Can he finish a game? I don't know. They got Tyron Smith. Dude is older than dinosaurs. Some dinosaurs I can't even pronounce. At the end of the day, we should be fine. Like you said, their O-line is mediocre. I just feel like we struggle against mediocre offensive linemen, and we do well against the great ones. It's weird. So weird. Tammy says the Jets O-line had major upgrades this offseason. I just talked about that. I did. And he's a stout tackle. Okay. He's just older. Right? Will he be able to handle, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I like this. Sean, what's going on, bro? The Smitty, Bosa owns Smith, has and always will. If you guys are Dallas Cowboy fans, you'll know what we're talking about. Because never mind. You're right. And you know what's crazy, the Smitty? This is a fresh Bosa. This is a revived Bosa. This is a Bosa that knew he sucked in 2023, even though he still put up double-digit sacks. But that Bosa was way below his own standards. He's coming in to feast for Aaron Rodgers, who he also gets to no matter what team he plays for. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not here to talk trash. I'm not here. It's not that episode. But I just realized I'm in 49er mode right now. And if you come from my team, I got receipts. Also, I clap back or whatever you want to call it. I have no problems, but the faithful will do it too. Tammy says that she thinks that the Jets, look, I tell you what, I'm going to put this out here right now, okay? It's my take. Early take, too, because everything's still not set in stone. All I need, all I want, all I'm asking for, right? I'm asking for the Jets to be full throttle, and I'm asking for the 49ers to be full throttle. I'm hoping and praying that Trent Williams plays and Hassan Reddick plays. Those are the two key pieces, components, I feel like, to both teams. But I tell you what, let's just say they all play. 49ers winning this game by like 17. It ain't even going to be close, okay? And that's when the Jets trying to make a comeback at the end. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not talking trash. I'm just telling you what I know, because I know the Niners and I know what they're going to do to this Jets team, and they know Robert Saleh better than Robert Saleh knows them. Remember, the Niners are different. We know Saleh's defense. We know that. Right? Just watch. I'll leave it at that. But if Trent doesn't play, it's going to be a damn gritty freaking game, because I can tell you right now, it's going to be gritty. It's going to be gritty. And Aaron Rodgers, close game. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's going to be gritty. Niners win by like 3 if Trent doesn't play. But if Trent plays, they win it by like 17. It's not even going to be close. Ed, what's going on? He says, Breezie, Shady from spoke with Trent on the phone and said Niner fans have nothing to worry about. He's coming, FYI. Oh, how did I miss that? I remember Deshaun Jackson coming out saying he spoke with Trent on the phone, and Deshaun Jackson said that we have nothing to worry about. But I didn't know Shady spoke too. So, hey, if you're not concerned, you're not concerned. If you want to believe that, you believe that. But at the end of the day, I believe you. How about that, Ed? I believe you. We have nothing to worry about. Ed said we have nothing to worry about, faithful, so we have nothing to worry about. All right, let me put this daggone link in here, because I could talk by myself, which is what I usually do on Mondays. But maybe we'll just open up Mondays to where I can get you guys on here. So listen, you can click on that link. You're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch. If you want, you can click on the link. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Listen, I'm not putting a timer on. I have a timer in the background. If you're over the 2 minutes and you get clipped off, don't charge it to me. Charge it to the fact that you can't count. You know what I'm saying? 120. Like that's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get this on and popping. I see my boy Terradome in the background. We're gonna switch the camera view. I like this for clip purposes. Before I bring Terradome, let me read this comment. Joseph, all right, says he's at the end of his career and getting flagged due to compensating for decline in play. We are gonna have to play without him soon. Let's just do it now. Are you referring to Trent Williams? Are you referring to Trent? I believe all the Trent Williams flags that we see are bullcrap. I do. And here's how I know that they're bullcrap. You ready? If you go back and watch the Super Bowl, Trent Williams was flagged earlier in the game. You guys remember that? He flagged twice. Kyle Shanahan said, listen, if you're going to call that, make sure you call it both ways. It was not another flag for the rest of the game. That's how I know that they were bullcrap. All right. That's how I know that they were bullcrap. Okay. So like, I hear what you're saying. He is getting older. That's 100% correct. I don't think the flags are due to him compensating for decline in play. I really don't. I don't see him declining in play. He still was the number. So declining in play, right, is one thing, but the flags for that doesn't really correlate to that because he was the number one rated offensive lineman in football last year. So if he declined in play, how is he still number one? That means everybody else declined too. So that's a good thing. So if he declined, then everybody else declined because he still finished number one. Let me get Terradome on here. Terradome, the bishop in the building. What's going on, bro?
What is going on, my brother Breezie? How are you? How's everybody?
We're doing good, and you sound crispier than a fresh head of lettuce right now, brother. That's what I like to hear. Yes, that is crispy. I feel like we could record an album right now with our two mics.
Amen. I feel like having church.
No, don't listen. You know what? I got the button, so we're not gonna do it. But I got the button.
Come on, Breezy. Don't hold
back. I felt like when I got the one. Yeah.
Did y'all see the U beat Florida?
I did see that the U beat. I expected the U to beat Florida. Wait, hold up. That was an expectation of mine, but they beat him. They beat him. They beat him.
They was hurting. Yes. I got me a little quarterback. Amen.
They praise him.
Cam Ward. Amen. If y'all just check the stats, probably gonna be offensive player of the year or something.
So how you feeling about this just a quick early season preview prediction from you, man? Because we got the Jets coming into town, and I know they're gonna give us everything they've got.
Yes, sir. We can expect the best of every shot from every team. They are going to match themselves up against the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody knows that, from Manti Te'o to anybody you can dream of. We're going to take everybody's best shot, y'all. Get ready. I want to go back a little bit. I was on live. Thank you all for tuning in when Ricky Pearsall got shot. I just happened to be at the computer messing around. Florida was playing Miami. I was on the computer getting ready to just talk junk and make memes and play around a little bit. But then the news flashed and I went into my Dan Rather mode, man. I just simply did. I pulled up people. I think I did 5 hours. I did 5 hours, Breezy. I was going, man. Intrepid reporter. I was getting feeds in from Miss Debbie, from people like Melissa Rebelli, from Collie Young, and Captain McNiner. I was just getting the information, and then we had the live feeds. Dr. Desi, Coach Desi, let me shout her out. She tuned in. We went over the injuries. We went over I knew sometimes, Breezy, I'm gonna be honest, man. God puts you in places, in spaces, in phases
Yeah.
that you didn't even imagine yourself. And I'm with emergency services. I've been doing that 20 years all my life. I've been a man of God. We had prayer. It happens that you are just right there in moments, and it all culminated right there, man. And you shared an emotional and real moment. I don't want to hold up all your time, but you shared an emotional and real moment, and you feel it for these cats who just are on the cusp of their dreams, and it just ain't them. It's their families. It's their loved ones. You might have a little girlfriend here, there. You might, whatever the case may be, and when you hearing somebody got shot, initial reports were he was shot in the chest and the back, and dude, that's some serious stuff. And you weren't incorrect on the critical but stable. There's a scale that uh, uh, hospitals use to talk about what's critical, what's stable, what's fair, what's
Thank you.
unstable. And anytime you need to use intubation, be it IV or something, they're going to say it's critical. And that's where that comes from. I was able to educate and just
Thank you.
look at the B roll, say, thank God it is the right side of the chest, not the left side. And Coach Desi reiterated the same. Yeah, the vital organs are on that under that chest. My military stuff kicked in about if you get an entry and exit wound, it must have been a low caliber weapon. I was just able to flow. It was just God sitting there, not of my own fruition. I ain't bragging one bit, one iota, but I I, I know about this stuff, and people who will sit and talk and don't have a resolute knowledge of things, they literally are living out the fact that they don't know what they talking about. but I know to see San Francisco. Shout out to the first responders,
First
the 911
responders.
folks
Yes.
in San Francisco, California. We did what we did. Police were right there, Union Square. I've been there with my family in the middle of the day. It is it, he won't out doing anything what I'll say, Breezy, as nefarious. It was the middle of the day, San Francisco, California, Union Square. I think it's Geary. Powell is right there, along with a couple of other roads. The man just had he had a Rolex on, and a lot of times we go out and we work for a living, we get nice stuff, and people are out there just to get your nice stuff, and they don't care how they do it. And this goes twofold, threefold, tenfold for rookies who I'm trying to tap dance around a little bit. Y'all go out here and get that nice stuff, the jewelry, the bling bling and stuff like that. It is not your fault, but you want to look nice. You want to share the fruits of your labor, because this started for you when you were at Bethlehem, the Bethlehem Steelers at 8 years old, and it's the culmination of I got a little bit of money, and I want to show that, hey, this is what I have happened. Apparently, the 17-year-old was coming after his watch after he had did the autograph signing, and meanwhile, Kyle and the boys are inviting Rick Ross and having a wonderful time. So they didn't know about it, So shout out to Ricky, man, and glory to God.
Mm-hmm.
Everything turned out. It was an entry and an exit wound.
Mm-hmm.
But Rick and all you other rookies, hey man, be like the king of New York. I wrote about it in my book. It ain't behind me. Well, I used to keep it behind me. Get this in the spirit. React like a kingpin, a kingdom man, or a king. If if it come to that and they want something, man, just take it off. Go ahead, give it to them.
Yeah.
Don't tussle. Don't be hard.
You can get another one, right?
Yeah, nigga, he ain't taking this. He ain't take. No, dude, just we can replace all that. We can get all that back. I promise you, tenfold. God will give it back to you. He will. Don't tussle and fight. But thankfully, glory to God, it turned out all right. I know you asked me about the Trent Williams situation. You ever seen the movie Belly? When,
of course.
When the dude with the glasses, who played Kane in Minister Society, saying eating the banana.
Eating the banana.
He said, no, I don't like that shit. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Because they was coming in trying to take over their territory.
Yeah. You ain't signed Trent Williams? No. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's the last week. It's week 1, and we out here messing around with Trent. I don't like that.
I hear you. Here's my quick spin on that. Hey,
go ahead.
Just we waited till the day before with Nick Bosa, and he played. He was limited, but he played. If Trent comes the day before and he's able to go out there, that's great. If they limit him, okay. I just want Trent back. At this point, I don't care how. I don't care anymore. I just want him back.
From your mouth to God's ears. Yeah, man. I don't play that, man. Hey, get him and get Trent what he wants and get it now, and let's go on with this season. If we serious about getting this Super Bowl and getting this championship in this championship window, man, I ain't got time for the messy stuff. If you got little problems, as the notorious B.I.G. once said, is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt. I'm the rapper with clout. Everybody up about. Check it out. Guns are bustin'. Problems with my wife.
Don't discuss them.
Coops and Lear Jets, I lust them. Look, I ain't for the drama. Get rid of all of that right now. It is time, baby. We gotta focus and get it right. Get Big Boy in the building, and let's go up the road and let's get this championship. The window to the wall, to the sweat drop down. The windows closing. Let's work out. Get this thing done. I
appreciate that.
That's what I got.
I appreciate you coming on here.
WayneBreezie.
Hey, wait. Before I let you go.
No, I'm going to shout him out. WayneBreezie. He's the dude. He is, man, the man got more talent in his fingers than you got on your body. And he loves the San Francisco 49ers. He's the truth. He's WayneBreezie, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe, get that man his props, give him drop it in the chat, get that man his loot. YouTube, you know they don't mess with me too, Breezy. So hey, I be real with them. YouTube, y'all know y'all funny. Y'all know y'all funny. You know you funny.
They are.
And that's me saying I stand on it. I ain't even monetized yet, but I know I'm dope. But hey, the stuff y'all doing to a dude with 5,000 subscribers, and you letting God knows what and God knows it go for 337 subscribers and all of that stuff. Come on, man. Y'all know who you are. And if you need me, come see me. Come see me. I got something for you.
I appreciate you, brother. Man. Love you too, bro.
All right, my man.
Peace out. All right, Daddy P, you ready, baby? I know you're on the phone, but let me know when you're ready to come in. Oh, he hung the phone up. Like he's like, I'm ready. Shout out to Terra Dome. All right, Daddy P, what you got for everybody, baby? Oh, you're on mute. You put yourself on me. You want me to unmute you?
I got it. There
you go.
I'm kind of tech savvy.
I see it. You good.
What's going on, family?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you, man? It's been a minute. We'll be back.
It's been a minute, man. I be wanting to catch call-in shows so much, but you see, I'm at work right now.
I see.
And man, just trying to come back up. Had a big fall off this year. Everything went bad, but God is good
all the time.
Even when people aren't. I know His love is everlasting. His love doesn't come with any conditions.
That's it.
And so,
it's unconditional. For those that don't know what any condition means, it means it's unconditional. I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you for His love for everybody. And I've abused it, so I'm gonna just move forward. Amen. So I just kind of jumped in. I heard Terradome. I don't know what all the subject matters are for the day, but
so right now we kind of like we were talking about Trent. And then if you had an early take on how you feel about the Jets coming into town, feel free to speak.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Appreciate it. First off, to all you faithful out there, you know, can we be less critical when it comes to talking about our players and these guys and divas and all of this stuff, man? These are human beings at the end of the day. They got feelings, they got emotions, they go through things, they lose things, and don't hate on them because they have an opportunity. Most of us don't have this opportunity. They have an opportunity to get money to create generational wealth for them and their families and their well-being. Stop hating. Stop doing that. Stop calling these people out like they not human beings. All right? Stop counting their money. That's their money. I don't count yours, don't count theirs. Okay? Now, let's move forward. We love our team. This is the best team in the world. This is the team that has done things that other people wish they could. They are an inspiration to me. I want to give a shout out to our quarterback that don't get no love. I don't care what you want to call him, system QB or benefiting from the talent around him. I got a question before I go forward. Did Patrick Mahomes come into a great team with offensive weapons, a great coordinator, offensive coach, a top 5 defense?
Yeah. Like he came to a team with a great offensive coordinator. They had Tyreek Hill, they had Travis Kelce. I forgot who their running backs were. Clyde Hilaire, Kyle Edwards-Hilaire was their running back. He was a first-round pick. They drafted him in the first round. Like, yep. And wait, I forgot to talk about his offensive line was like dang near like one of the best in the league at the time too. Like, you know. So yes, he did. He did.
But why do our quarterback get all these critiques that you don't do on other ones? I know what it is. You ain't got to tell me. It's just that certain people see certain individuals coming out of college and they're like, oh, I like this guy. He's going to be great.
That's what
Taylor Williams get put on Mahomes Mountain. He ain't even played a game in the NFL ever. But I ain't going to get on that. So
that's what it is.
Trent, we need you, brother. I know you watch this show.
He do.
It's one of the greatest shows out here. There's a few guys that I actually do watch. Other people I kind of flip through. I see what they see and move on. But there's a few shows I actually watch. Breezie them, they like family to me. Breezie, the Nothing But Niners organization, Nitty Gritty Niners, Peachy, Fair, Moe's. I wish over there, but Nothing But Niners. Where my guys at? Wish they come back.
They'll be back slowly but surely, like as the regular season goes on. But trust me, they all here.
Yeah. So we need them. We need Trent. I mean, he's the best left tackle in the game. That's a huge impact. The continuity of this team and the leadership that he brings, the things that he can impart into these new up and coming guys that we got. There's lots of benefits that comes along with having him, and there's lots of disadvantages with him not being there. Even with the offensive lineman, that continuity has to be there, that fluidity, that knowing how this guy next to me moves and how he navigates in the protection and his wisdom. So he's definitely going to be needed. I still believe, even though the Jets done, they done kind of, they didn't kind of beefed up over there. So
they different. I don't know if they could put it together, but they different.
They different.
They different on
I
paper.
started hearing about that time that they had over there. I was like, Ooh,
Listen,
this gonna be a test.
I'm just saying they got Jermaine Johnson on one end, Hassan Reddick on the other end. They could Wicks it. I'm not even gonna get into what they got. I'm not worried. I'm just saying they different. It took them a couple of seasons, and their defense wasn't ranked bad last year, right? It wasn't ranked
Right,
bad. So yeah,
right.
we'll break that down throughout the week though. But keep going. My
Yeah.
bad.
So, no, you good. There's more aspect on it. I'm a little worried because of the Trent situation.
Okay.
Um, our guys did okay. The starters when Brock came out and played with the starters, they did okay. Clearly, the biggest concern, two big concern, one big concern and one minor concern. One, the running to the left side, the impact of him being missing over there. That's kind of gonna be limited. Um, as far as the passing goes, that's just more of Kyle making sure that he puts our players in the best position to get that ball out quick. No no 7-step drop backs, not too many bootlegs going to the left. But that first game Brock came in, man, he was running for his life with them bootlegs and everything. No, we can't have that.
They were naked bootlegs though, so like he was
They was,
expected.
they was
Yeah.
butt naked.
Yeah.
They wasn't just naked, they was butt naked. I mean, there was no cover over there at all. Brock had to innovate and create on the fly, honey. I ain't no sir. But yeah. I don't really know what the hang up is. I know that everybody been saying it's guaranteed money. I guess my question is, how much guaranteed money is enough guaranteed money? I ain't counting your money, brother, but with the fact that you've been on a team that has gone to multiple playoffs since you've been there, made a Super Bowl appearance since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these weapons. You know the reports that we are favored in every game. How much, in y'all opinions in the chat, how much is that the equity in the team? How much is that worth to you versus a dollar amount when you already have lots of money? Guaranteed that, I mean, we understand there's injury. But in some aspects, in relationships, there's a give and take, right? And in good relationships, there's an understanding, where we are and where we want to go. And if this is what I really want to achieve, I mean, you're immortalized with a Super Bowl. That does it for you. There's no guarantee we'll win one, even if he is there, but it's a better chance that we will. So, in y'all opinion, where do you value that at on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being like, hey, I'll take $20,000. I ain't gonna put a dollar amount on, but I'll take this amount because where we are can get me to where I want to be. Versus a 1, no, I need that amount because where we are ain't really, like how Tyreek. Tyreek was on a Super Bowl winning team. Tyreek said, no, I want the bag. I want the bag and the suitcase and the truck. So he left and went to another team to get the bag. Clearly, you've already got your Super Bowl.
Trent Williams was about to do the same thing though, right?
Right.
So you do know Trent Williams was about to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs before Kyle Shanahan came in and said, "Listen, we got the squad. Just be patient. We there. We just."
Mm-hmm.
And then he ended up signing with Kyle Shanahan. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think before I let you go, I think it comes down it's not about the dollar amount, right? It's about more of that kind of like that appreciation I be talking about sometimes, right? So like, yeah, he's getting paid. He's on the books for $31 million this year, right? But none of it is guaranteed. And so his thing is, or his agent or whoever represents Trent Williams at this time, it's like, bro, you go out there, you break a fingernail, you can't play, you don't get paid. Like, and so like, I think when it comes down to that, it's not about valuing the dollar amount, because then he's going to say to the team, well, how much do you value your team's chances of getting back to the Super Bowl? Now the team could be like, bro, we going to figure it out. Or the team's gonna like, we know we need you, we value you, this is what we think you're worth. We'll be able to rework this. It's all about reworking numbers. It's not about them giving him more money. It's about just reworking
that number,
what's already under the contract so that he's getting compensated guaranteed wise for his money and his time right now, because Trent knows his age is going up and his years of playing is probably declining, right? So he wants more guaranteed now, like opposed to later, which the Niners, so that, I think that's why it's such a tough situation. It's about him getting top dollar, being the highest paid. But then again, it can be, because here's the thing. You just told me that he was the best offensive lineman in football, the best tackle, right? So if he just watched these other four subpar, that I didn't know what else to say, right? Subpar tackles outpay him. I mean, I think his agent is like, hey man, let's hit up the Niners. Let's try to get you some more let's get you some more money and guaranteed money on top of it. So we don't really know what the situation is with Trent. We just know that he may be currently unhappy with his current contract, just like Christian McCaffrey was unhappy with his current contract. They worked out Christian McCaffrey's contract so that he can get guaranteed money when he had no guaranteed money over the next couple of years of his contract. And now we're hoping that they'll do the same thing, which I believe they will for Trent, because like you said, the chances of winning increases when you have him on your team, especially when he's healthy, right? And I would go out on a limb and say that Trent is 100% ready, 100% healthy. So we just got to sit back and wait.
This is last year, right? Last year on his contract?
I think he got 2 more years left on his contract. I think it's almost identical to the Christian McCaffrey situation, just way more money. Because he's a tackle opposed to a running back.
So if we're to put a dollar on it, and this is not speaking for him or his camp or anything. If you were him, I were him, we're just gonna deal with that 31 million, right? Rework that number for more guarantees. And obviously you basically, as you're reworking it, you're taking the 31 million, taking so much out of that,
put it into a signing bonus, guarantee here, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Right. What is a good number in Wayne's mind to say, okay, just dealing with that, not, paying me, give me more money or anything, just dealing with that. What would be a good guaranteed amount for Wayne to say, that's good for me?
See, okay, so it will take me some time, because it's not just that. I have to look at who got paid what and what their guarantees are. And then it's a lot of stuff that works into that particular formula. I think Trent, top tackles, I wasn't really prepared to talk about this, but I think the highest paid tackle, let me see if I can get that real quick while we talking. Positions, I don't want free agents, I want contracts, active contracts. See if I can get this real quick. Let's see how quick Spot Rack can work for me. All right. Let's go to tackles, offensive line. All right, so right now on average, golly, they getting paid. So Trent Williams is currently 6. Here's who's in front of him. All right, so you got Tristan Wirfs, Penei Sewell, Christian Darrisaw, Laramie Tunsil, and then Andrew Thomas from the Giants. Their average base salary is 28, 26, 25, 23, but their value of the contract is longer. They're younger, they got more years, blah, 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 blah. The guarantees, here we go. You ready? So right now, Trent's guarantees is all done, all paid out. You got 52. Golly. These are big numbers. So, oh my God. So you got 88 practical guarantees. I'm going with the practical guarantees, not the guarantees assigned. So 88 for Tristan Wirfs, 85 for Penei Sewell, 67 for Darrisaw. Laramie Tunsil got 60. Andrew Thomas is at 67 as well. Trent Williams guarantees was 55 million at that time. So it's like they gotta try to, if the contract is for another 2 years, 2026 is when his contract is over. So when is that? That's 2 years from now, right?
Technically a year, but 2 years.
2 years from now, right? So 2024, 2025, and then that 2026 will be when the contract expires. So I think you gotta probably find that number to where you're giving him maybe 30 30-something million guaranteed.
So basically, one year guaranteed.
1 year guarantee at that 30 million, and if he walks away from football, rides off into the sunset, you call it a day, right? Like,
Right.
I think that's what the Niners should do.
Mhm.
But what if Trent? I don't know, because Trent could be saying, "Yo, I got 2 years left on my contract. I need 2 years of guarantees." And then the Niners are like, "Well, what if you don't play for 2 years? Can't guarantee for 2." So that's where it gets tricky, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
And he
but if you
saying,
give him,
well, these guys are getting, well, he's getting paid more annually than they are.
he is
but their
getting
contract is longer.
correct. So he's the second highest, and annually he's only making. He's at that 31, but average salary is 23. But his contract overall was the second highest, is right under Tristan Wirfs, who just got his contract, right? So you got to look at it like that. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, man, because you need your tackle. You need your tackle. Yeah. So, some people say it's the second most important position. If you're saying the quarterback, I could get it. But if you got a quarterback with no left tackle, good luck having that quarterback for a long time. So I think when you get the right left tackle, however you want to take that, you know what I'm trying to say? You get the proper left tackle, you got to find a way to make sure that tackle, if they're still playing. Here's my thing. If he was declining in play, they're not going to understand, yo, we need you to take a pay cut. And then he was like, I'm not taking a pay cut. And then you cut him. And then you eat your losses like they did with Eric Armstead. But Trent's not declining. You could, everybody gonna get penalties. That comes down to through the discretion of the referees. But at the end of the day, his play don't decline. That cat has finished first, all pro again. Like, it's hard to argue and say he's declining if he finished all pro. And I just read you really 5 great tackles for 5 different teams, and Trent's number 6 on that list. So I think that's the issue.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Okay. Yeah,
because we're saying, dude, you getting paid, you got money. See, that's why I don't like to get into that conversation. I don't like to count players, but I don't know what he did with his money. He might have invested it in a restaurant, and the restaurant sucked, and he need more money. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he does off the season, but great call in, man. I appreciate you, bro.
BP for MVP.
That's it. I'm already starting the campaign. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Peace.
Peace. You heard it right here. BP for MVP. Did I say that right? BP for MVP. Yeah. BP for MVP. But listen, man, what a great episode. You guys are always amazing. We talked about the Ricky Pearsall incident. We gave you the latest updates on Ricky Pearsall. Make sure you go back and rewatch the show. Hit that like button. If you're new, apparently we had a new person in the chat. I believe she's a Jets fan, right? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Tammy, because now I know your name. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you come back so we can definitely make sure you feel welcome at home after we bust that ass on Monday Night Football. But hey, man, great show, great segments. We talked about the Trent Williams situation. Could his career be coming to an end with the 49ers? Is he that unhappy? Will the 49ers find a way to get it done? We've seen him do it before, so I think we believe that they will. Believe Trent Williams' position is of high importance, and they'll figure out a way to get it done. I got a fantasy football draft, so I got to jump off here, man. But listen, we'll be back at 4:30 p.m. Now, listen, if you guys want some more extra 49er content via Bleacher Report at 4 o'clock p.m. on today and Wednesday, I'll be doing a 30-minute show on Bleacher Report. So you got to download the Bleacher Report app, and we're going to be talking 49ers over there from 4 to 4:30. Then 4:30-ish, 4:35, we'll be back here for the B.A.M show. We got a good show for you guys today. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. The show is going to be amazing. Make sure you guys tune in, like, subscribe. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Till the next time, we out this joint. Sorry if I missed any questions. We had the call-in segment, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Till the next time, y'all. Keep it faithful to the Bay.
So bright that we shine. All we know is the Niners. Ready to go, that is fine. So faithful to the Bay. I be sipping gold bar whiskey on on the rocks, and a 24 karat gold on a watch. My 7-1 Chevy B tipping non-stop, sounding like Trent Williams on the block. So you know we can't stop, we be banging through your speakers. WayneBreezie on the field or in the bleachers. You can tune into my show and I'm a teacher. WayneBreezie, the 4-9 preacher.